Power Rangers, Emmett Till, and the New Mutants are all on this day. Welcome back to On This Day. Today's date is August 28th, 2020. It is the 241st day of the year. We have 125 days left in 2020. It's the 35th Friday of 2020 and the 69th day of summer. We got 25 days left until fall, and we have a new zodiac sign. Today, if it's your birthday, you are a Virgo, and you probably already know that and don't need me to tell you that. Today is also National Power Ranger Day. National Power Ranger Day celebrates the popular franchise and live-action superhero television show in the United States. This observance commemorates the debut of the series in the United States in 1993. The Power Rangers are a group of teenagers that transform into superpowered heroes that have different colored suits and abilities. It was an interesting show. My oldest son was kind of into it for a while there, so I watched a lot of it. I also used to work out at a gym, and one of the guys that worked out there was one of the stuntmen for it. He used to tell me all about it. It was pretty interesting. All right, let's see what else August 28th has given us. 1898, Caleb Bradham's beverage, Brad's Drink, is renamed Pepsi-Cola. In 1890, he dropped out of the University of Maryland School of Medicine to help his father's failing business. After this, he became a school teacher, then opened up a drugstore which had a soda fountain inside. And he invented the recipe for the drink, which included a blend of cola nut extract, vanilla, and rare oils. Bradham named this drink after the combination of the terms pepsin and cola, as he believed that the drink aided digestion, much like pepsin enzymes do. 1913, Queen Wilhelmina opens the Peace Palace in The Hague. Today, it is the International Law Administration building in The Hague, Netherlands. It was originally built to provide a home for the Permanent Court of Arbitration, which was a court created by the Hague Convention in 1899. 1937, Toyota Motor Company becomes an independent company. In 1924, Sakishi Toyoda invented the Toyota Model G automatic loom. Now, his last name is spelled Toyoda, no T there, there's a Y. Just 5 years later, the patent for the automatic loom was sold to the British company Platt Brothers. This would give the company the capital for the automobile development. However, since Toyota literally means fertile rice paddies, they changed the name to prevent any kind of confusion or association with old-time farming. They just added a T instead of the Y. The newly formed word was trademarked by the company and registered as Toyota Motor Company. 1943, Denmark. German authorities demand Danish authorities crack down on acts of resistance. The next day, martial laws imposed on Denmark. Germany placed Denmark under strict military occupation, which lasted until the Allied victory on May 5th, 1945. You had the French resistance. Not many people know about the resistance going on in Denmark, and it was pretty solid. They did a lot of damage to German forces, and when the Allies got there, they were very instrumental in helping them achieve their goals. Just over 3,000 Danes died as a direct result of the occupation. 1955, black teenager Emmett Till is brutally murdered in Mississippi, galvanizing the civil rights movement. He was just 14 years old, and he was accused of offending a white woman in her family's grocery store. Because of the accusation, he was actually kidnapped and lynched. Till's murder was seen as a catalyst for the next phase of the civil rights movement. This is just another one of those horribly dark moments in this country. I mean, prior to this, I wouldn't say it was regular, but it wasn't terribly, terribly uncommon for situations like this to happen. And this just, I don't know, I lose faith in human beings sometimes when I read stuff like this. Moving on. 1957, U.S. Senator Strom Thurman begins a filibuster preventing the Senate from voting on the Civil Rights Act of 1957. He stopped speaking 24 hours and 18 minutes later. It's the longest filibuster ever conducted by a single senator. In the 1960s, he opposed the civil rights legislation of 1964 and 1965 to end segregation of African American citizens. You know, what's really strange about this, that Strom Thurman was a total hypocrite. I mean, beyond his other problems, complete hypocrite. He fathered an illegitimate mixed-race child with the family's 16-year-old housekeeper, who obviously was African American, and the whole time this is going on, he's trying to stop the civil rights movement. It makes no sense. 1990, an F5 tornado strikes the Illinois cities of Plainfield and Joliet, killing 29 people. There's no known video or photographs of the tornado itself, which I find rare. It's not like this happened in the 1940s or something, right? 1990. However, in 2011, a video surfaced online showing the supercell that spawned the tornado. The Plainfield tornado caused over $140 million worth of damage. 2003, a pizza man blows up. Once called one of the most complicated and bizarre crimes in the annals of the FBI, Brian Wells dies after becoming involved in a complex plot involving bank robbery, scavenger hunt, and a homemade explosive device. So the story goes, a pizza man went to deliver pizza, and someone kidnapped him basically and strapped an explosives collar to him, right? So it's going to blow his head off. Told him he had to rob a bank and do the scavenger hunt to get other things. After he robbed the bank, the police tracked him down a few minutes later. He was on the second stop, I guess, and they were by his car. They arrest him. He tells them what's going on, so they handcuff him, sit him down in the middle of the parking lot, and they back off because he's got explosives around his neck. Well, he's trying to say that 3 unidentified black gentlemen put this thing on his neck, and that was the story. Well, before the bomb squad got there, he blew up. He died, obviously. Come to find out, he was in on it. There was 4 other co-conspirators who basically told him it was a fake bomb and that he could do all this and then he'd have an out if he gets arrested and all this stuff. Well, it was a real bomb and they detonated it on him. One of the conspirators rolled on the other guys and got immunity. Yeah, so that was weird. I remember seeing that on the news. Really strange. Movies released on August 28th. Nothing terribly exciting. Couple television shows. Netflix released Narcos in 2015, which is a great TV series on Netflix. And of course, the Power Rangers premiered in 1993, like we said. But today, as we speak, the New Mutants is released. I can hardly wait to see how that ends up. Looks really weird, looks a little different from Marvel's normal stuff, but I'm excited for it. Born on August 28th, 1917, Jacob Kurtzberg, better known as Jack Kirby. Jack Kirby was an American author and illustrator. In the 1940s, he and writer Joe Simon created the highly successful superhero character Captain America for Timely Comics, which was the predecessor for Marvel Comics. Kirby teamed up with Simon, creating numerous characters for the company and for the National Comics publication, which later became DC Comics, which is famous for Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, The Flash. Oh yeah, and Aquaman. Kirby created many of Marvel's characters, including the Fantastic Four, the X-Men, Thor, Hulk, and Iron Man. He had a falling out with Stan Lee in the 1970s over money, and he didn't feel he was compensated adequately, which, yeah, there's a serious argument with it. I don't want to get into all that because the feelings for that situation run very strong in the comic world. 1969, Jack Black is born, American actor and comedian. He won a Golden Globe for his movie School of Rock. He was inducted into Hollywood's Walk of Fame in 2018. Died on March 28, 2016, Mr. Fuji, American professional wrestler and manager. He was famous for often throwing salt in the eyes of other wrestlers. He died at the age of 82 due to natural causes. He's a big man. I'm surprised he lasted to 82. All right, that's today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you got some information out of it. Don't forget all the links below. Subscribe if you haven't. Give the video a big thumbs up. Go out, do something good today, and be nice to each other.